Hey everybody, so as you can see, I am in my new office. I will be doing a video on this if I haven't already. I'm not sure which one's coming out first at this point, but this is literally me filming my very first video in here. There's still a lot to do. I don't even have my lights set up. I don't know if you can tell, but I do have a glorious window in front of me, which is exciting. But I wanted to show you that I got this very exciting package that I've been waiting for from Etchr Lab, and we literally got it delivered to our old house the day we were packing up the truck to move. I'm so excited I got it in time, and I'm so excited to share this with you. I got this like 2 days ago and I've been dying to open it, but I wanted to do it on camera, so we're gonna do that right now. Okay, so what I got in my package, I got their press box, and I got a fine liner, which I love using with all of my work, in a size 02, and these are all waterproof too, so you can use them with or on top of or underneath of watercolor. I also got one of their brush pens, which I'm going to try out for you, and then I got one of their other fine liners in a yellow, which is pretty cool too, in a size 05. The other thing I got from them is their watercolor block. Now, I asked about this because I saw it on their website and it wasn't being sold on their website, so I'm not sure if it's being distributed to stores to be sold. Not quite sure how it's all working, but I'm so excited to try this because you know how much I love their paper. I'm obsessed with their sketchbooks, and this paper is actually thicker. It's a 140-pound cold press watercolor block, so I'm so excited to try that. And then last but not least, they sent me their watercolor pan set. I only have one watercolor pan set by Winsor & Newton, and I liked it. I wasn't the biggest fan of the pans opposed to using the tubes. That's just my preference, but I was dying to try these, so I'm so excited to do that. And I think we should just jump in and try it out. Okay, one more thing before we open these. As you can see, I have a new desk. This used to be my husband's desktop. My white one from my old office was actually way too big to fit in here, so I'm just using this temporarily, or maybe not. I do like having a white background, but let me know if you kind of like this aesthetic better of this desk, if I should keep it or if I should just get a white desktop. Not really sure what I'm gonna do yet, but yeah, let me know. Okay, so let's start with these watercolors. That's what I'm dying to try. Okay. Ooh, it's already so fancy. Okay. Just make sure I pressed start. Okay, so it comes in a tin. There we go. Oh, and there's a paper, so I guess you can swatch them on with all the color names. That's cool. Ooh. And the paper is their paper, so this is how it will look on their paper, which is pretty cool. Okay, so they're all individually wrapped like they would be. It looks like they're kind of snapped in place, which kind of resolves that dilemma of them moving around, which I don't like. So that's cool. And let me just, I guess, take all of these off and we'll start swatching. Okay, so the one thing I will tell you about these, if you've ever taken the packaging off a pan set before, you know how time consuming and annoying it is. This is slightly less time consuming and annoying. It's literally a sticker. There's none of that plastic wrap all around it. It just peels right off. So much easier. So that's already a plus. And already also how they are held in place with these little metal things, that's great too. Okay, so obviously I will not be keeping these stickers here on the palette. I don't know why I put them like this, but I think I just wanted to try just to see originally all the colors and the names in case you were interested. They do have the names on the card that I'm going to be swatching as well, so, you know. Anyway, but I found it kind of interesting how they don't have traditional color names for all of these. Some of them they do, like Prussian blue and ultramarine, but then some of them are like ocean turquoise or leaf green or llama orange, which is pretty cool. So I think we should just get to swatching and do this. So while I was swatching, I was just looking underneath each color. It tells you the light fastness rate, and if it's opaque or transparent or semi-opaque. So some of these, like the orange one is opaque, the black are more opaque than the others, and then some of them are transparent, which is really cool too. First impressions, I think they're great. I am watching them dry. They don't seem chalky or weird. They're nice. I'm a little confused with like these two colors because they're very, very similar. And then the oranges are very similar too. But I mean, either way, I think they all are pretty cool and I can't wait to paint with them. So I think we should just do that. Let's get into some sort of painting. Okay, so as you can see, I already kind of started painting on this paper before I, filmed it, but I just couldn't wait. So this is their block that we're gonna test out now. Let's just look at the cover for a second. It is 20 sheets, watercolor block, high quality, acid-free, 50% cotton paper. Okay, so it's not 100% cotton, it's 50% cotton. 300 GSM, and it's cold press. So this is thicker than their sketchbooks, but it's not 100% cotton. So I'm actually kind of curious. I didn't really pay attention when I was painting earlier. Yeah, so let's just see if that makes a difference, and it's vegan friendly. So let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to be using their watercolors, and let's just continue painting some Christmassy things over here. So I'm gonna use their leaf green, which is very similar to a sap green. And I'm just gonna do some like holly. So I'm gonna start with a line, and then I'm gonna do some kind of pointed little scoops like that. Scoop, scoop and point like that, and then fill it in. And first feel this paper, it's really nice. It seems like the color is soaking in pretty well. Yeah, when I was painting on it earlier, I didn't even notice that it wasn't 100% cotton. It's still great paper. And you guys know, if you saw my tutorial or review of their sketchbooks, I was in love with their paper. So I'm a big fan of their paper. And so far, this is great. So I'm gonna go like that. I'm gonna grab some darker green. So they don't have a darker green that I really like here. So I'm just gonna grab, is this purple? I can't remember. Yes, that's purple. I'm gonna grab some of the dark purple here and some more of that green to make a bit more of a darker green. Even darker. Keep it going. There we go. And I'm gonna tap the bottom. Getting some nice bleeds here and blooms. It's working well. Like that. The texture of the paper is interesting. It's a little bit different than what I'm used to. I see a bit more of the texture, and I feel like it's a bit different than their sketchbooks too, but it's not bad. I actually don't know if I'm the biggest fan of the watercolor block. I love, 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 love their sketchbooks. This feels a little different to me. So let's just keep going. I feel like since this is the first video I've done in like 2 weeks, I feel like I need to get my mojo back and just practice, because I feel like I've lost it a bit. Things aren't coming as easily right this second, and I've been getting a little bit frustrated. Like when I was painting down here before, I was like, I don't like it. But I just gotta keep practicing. Grab a little bit of that darker green. But yeah, so far so good. It seems to stay wet long too, which is nice, which is always a plus with paper, because if it dries too fast, you got to work really fast, and sometimes that's just a huge pain in the butt, right? So it's actually quite nice that it stays wet so long, and the colors are great. Their paints are great. It's funny though, because I'm such a creature of habit that will probably end up just sticking with my Winsor & Newton professionals, also because I have invested a bit of money into those, so I don't want to just like have them laying to the side. I think I might use these paints here and there, but not my go-to just gonna switch up my brush size. I'm gonna grab some darker red. But these pans, I love the way they don't move, because if you guys watched my unboxing of the Winsor Newton COTMAN pan set, one thing I was really annoyed with was that they would jiggle every time I, you know, put my brush in the paint, and that really annoyed me. But these are like really anchored in there, which is really nice. I'm actually really enjoying that aspect of this pan set. So, but I think I stand by my tube watercolors, just my own preference. Okay, there's some holly. Now let's do some darker pine or evergreen bits. Green. Just very, very loose. I'm not even really planning what I'm doing here. Just yes, and that's still wet, so that's bleeding quite nice. It stays wet for a very long time, which is great. Just doing little flicks of the wrist. And then let's do some other kind of leaves. Okay, just gonna do some traditional leaves coming off a stem. I'll grab a bit of red, make it more of a brownie type leaf, an earthier tone. Like that. So that's me painting on the paper. And then last but not least, remember I got these fine liners from them. So I think I'm gonna just try them out on this paper as well. So let's wait for this to dry, and then we will write a little something here like I did down here. Okay, now that it's dry, let's test out these pens. So like I said, we have a brush pen and then 2 fine liners. I think I'm gonna write Joy again, but with the brush pen, and it's red, so that's perfect. So just looking at the tip, it's a really nice small tip. Let's see how it feels. So pressing down, and it's quite stiff, which is good for beginners. Still does take a little bit of practice. I always tend to go back over my letters. Definitely need to practice my lettering. I'm still very shaky. It's also been a crazy week. So, like that. Maybe do a little star like that. Okay, so that's actually a pretty nice brush pen. It's not actually as stiff as I thought, like a Tombow, I forget how to pronounce it, the small Tombow ones. But it's actually pretty nice. It works really nicely, and it's definitely a really great practice pen. So if you can get the brush pens from Etchr, those are really nice. And then the fine liner I know I'm gonna love. It's like I said, it's a size 02. I'm just gonna outline, do a little shadow on this. I love fine liners for a lot of things. Just gonna outline the one side. My hand's so shaky today. Like that. Joy. And then let's just do some stars with the yellow. I don't use yellow too often, but it's nice. It's like a typical fine liner. And there we go. Okay, so my overall thought of these products from Etchr, the pans, there's a lot of great positives to this pan set. Like I said, I like how they don't move around. There's a good selection of colors. They don't come out chalky. They're pretty nice. And I think they're pretty good quality. The paper, I do really like. I think I like their sketchbook paper better. I don't know if it's just the way it dries. I'm not a huge fan of this texture on it. It dried a little weird to me. Maybe it's because it's not 100% cotton, but I love their sketchbooks. So I don't know if I would be purchasing the block. I think I'd probably stick with Arches watercolor paper, just again, because it's 100% cotton. I love it. And then for all my sketchbooks, I would definitely choose Etchr. And then the fine liners are great too. So definitely great products, and I had so much fun using them, and I'm definitely going to continue to use them. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that little review of Etchr Lab's new watercolor products. Okay, so clearly I'm filming this part on a different day because it's been quite a week and I wasn't able to get a video done all in one day. So now I'm wearing something different. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram for even more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.